Okay.
All right, so we do it live?
We do it live.
All right.
I got a drink. It's fine. Uh,
This is
People.
the ninth annual DC shit. I got that one
I
right.
think
Had to be.
one, two, three, four. Six?
Damn it. I,
I,
I added
I'd,
extra.
I'd forgotten as well, so
I was like, if I add extra, I can't be wrong every time. Because I was off by one for like 3 weeks in a row. I'm like, just add a couple, you'll be fine. I was gonna say 8, and I was like, no, 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 no. Remember to add one. But this is a good one. This is a very special episode
yeah.
because this is probably the best fucking movie I've ever seen in the last couple of years, let alone DC movie. This movie's fucking awesome, and if you don't know and can't tell by now, I'm biased as shit. I don't
What this
know if
movie?
it's
Like this movie?
yeah, I don't know if it was. There's one of two options, right? It really was that good, or I
I
just
was
fell
on my
madly in love with the
rewatch. I thought
actress.
maybe Trey won't like this one as much as I do because I think this is like a really good movie.
No, genuinely, like holy
Yeah.
shit. And it's and I want to put it in context for anyone to get us started with how I'm even perceiving this. It's not just a DC movie. This is actually the best war movie I've ever seen. Like at least in recent memory. Because holy shit, it did something normal war movies never do. And that's made me give a shit. Like, I'll watch a fucking ton, like 10, 20 war movies, and then, like, oh yeah, they're in this battle and bombs are going off, and oh look, they found an abandoned town. But wait, there's a mom and her little child, and they're crying. It's so sad,
dude,
see?
dude, I knew you were gonna like. I was like, he's gonna go one of two ways with this one. But yeah, that scene is completely unnecessary. So much so that the producers of this movie were trying to cut it out of the movie, and the director was like, "No, this is important."
Yeah, no, dude, I don't know what it is, right? Because there's two things I was wondering. I said, what the fuck got me? Because in out of my whole life, I understand war sucks, it's sad, it's bad, but I've never lived it, so I truly can't understand how bad it is, right?
Yeah,
And I watch these movies and I'm like, yeah, cool, it sucks. This is the first time ever that I was like, holy shit, those people, what the fuck? And I began
yeah.
to feel this like true sadness for World War One. And I was like, what the fuck, man? It almost made me depressed mid movie. I was like, this is awful. Get me out of here, but like in a good way.
I'm trying to make you feel like Diana in that moment.
No, and that's what it was. I don't know if it was literally Diana or in her perspective on the whole thing, or it was the filmography and what they showed
Yeah.
me and how they presented it, or both.
Well, the photography was them trying to get you in her place, right? Because they're like, how do we get people in her situation to try to feel like she does? Like, someone do something.
Right.
Oh.
No,
So
and it,
yeah, kudos to the director.
dude, fucking yeah, damn right. Cause and everything they did too, even the small stuff, and I think it did. It started with the general, right? And it was just a
Yeah,
throwaway. That's a throwaway line from like most, war movies. The big general and his thing. Well, sometimes sacrifices have to be made, right?
yeah, yeah,
I didn't care, but then you see it slowly evolve, and I think that's the thing. They never left, and maybe it was Diana's perspective too, because most war movies are like these grizzled guys in the war.
hmm
Someone's fucked up shit happens, they just shrug it off. So I think
yeah,
mentally it helps the viewer shrug it off, possibly.
maybe.
But because like when it goes to the next scene, though, they really lay it on thick, but not thick in an obnoxiously way. It all felt naturally, like thick. I don't know how to say that. Because they start with the general thing, right? Then they leave and they start going closer and closer to the front lines, and you see things getting progressively more and more fucked up. And it starts when they're like, "Oh, you want some ice cream? Yeah, yeah." I don't know if this is before or after, but I think it's before. Then they're
Before.
walking across the bridge, like, "Oh, we gotta go." And you start seeing these people fucked up and mangled and just like barely alive coming back from the bridge.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Holy shit, those dudes are fucked up." And then I moved on, right? Then like the scene
that
continued.
was some Attack on Titan shit. Whenever they first saw the Survey Corps. Uh,
Which one?
Attack on Titan. When they first come back, when we first see the
Oh,
Survey Corps come back, and they're all just fucked up, missing body
right.
parts.
Because they're heroes, right? Everyone was so happy.
Yeah,
That really shifted the tone. Um, but yeah, it was something similar, right? You see all these war heroes coming back, and it was so somber that moment. And then it goes on and it just continues. Because
yeah,
then they're in the war, I mean, they're in the woods. I think was right after. They're in the woods, and fucking dude has a nightmare. Their sniper dude. We had just seen him all happy-go-lucky and everything else, and in a traditional war movie, he's not going to have that little nightmare. Not usually. Sometimes they will, but even then, they just like snap out of it, man, and they don't play on that ever again. So this shit, it just still followed through because he has that, and then she's like, "What's wrong?" And then like talks about he sees ghosts and all this, and you think about how fucked up in the head he might be from killing all these people. And then they don't say any of this, so the scene goes on. I'm gonna jump way far ahead, but then he can't take the shot later on. And you see him, like, fucking stammering and stuttering and shit. And it's like, damn, he really is fucked up in the head. But then so that thing gets paid off. Then to step back, they see those, like, horses and shit. And then she's like, so maybe it is her perspective. Because she's like, why are they beating the horses like that? Because they need to hurry the fuck up and get out of here, right? It's so normal.
Yeah.
In any other war movie, I would have also thought that was normal. And then she's like, there's faster ways to do that. They can help pull them or whatever. She didn't say anything specifically, but I'm thinking in my head, yeah, you can help pull them, do this, do that. And then she's going to help, and they're like, no, we gotta go. Then some dude's leg is blown off right there, and he's bleeding out. And it's like, oh, fuck, I gotta help that guy. And then you just start to see this influx of, like, you have to help everyone because everyone's fucked. Like, there is no good place, there's no safe place. And that transitions directly into, this one crying woman who's like, yeah, they have fucking slaves over there, and they took over the whole city and everything else. And then you get there and see how fucked up it is. It was just, like, constant. It just kept reinforcing that. And I think that if other war movies would have done that, they would be a lot better off, I guess. And it depends on the context of your movie. Most war movies are action movies first and drama second.
I guess most, yes. But most of the ones that like do well are actually dramas first.
Got you.
You've seen Hacksaw Ridge.
I don't remember a lot of the names because I watched them because my family was watching them. But the only one I went to go see, I think, in theaters was Fury, the dudes in the tank.
Yeah, no.
Then I've seen, what's the fuck's it called? Behind Enemy Lines. I think Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones that are just action, but the ones that really are really good are dramas first.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, it should be anyway, and that's any movie. I think any movie, period, should be a drama first and action second, because the action fulfills the drama.
Exactly.
That's just storytelling, but it's not anymore. We have to categorize things. This is an action. It doesn't have to have anything else.
You don't like big explosions?
Right? So this is a comedy. No, it should be a drama, and then the comedic bits come as a part of the drama and the characters themselves.
Yeah.
No. Get rid of all that shit.
I can't have people crying. I'm trying to make them laugh.
Right? But yeah, no, this movie, fucking shit, dude. All the war bits, really were fucking well done. And then, of course, Diana, period, as a character, holy shit. That actress needs a raise. I don't know what she makes, but that shit better be at least in the hundreds of millions per movie. Because that shit was insane. I have never seen someone...
She's only in, like, one more movie. So.
That is unfortunate. So they're cutting her with the DCU?
I don't know if she's coming on board. I think Ben Affleck's leaving. And he's not gonna be part of the Gunverse. I don't know what they're gonna. Oh, yeah, we already know what they're gonna call it. They're calling it the DCEU, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna be part of that or not. She's in the Flash movie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see her in any movie, dude. She's become my fucking favorite in like all movies DC ever.
Yeah, she's in the Flash movie. Kane told me she's not technically in the second Shazam, but kind of.
Mentioned?
The actress is the actress is in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because she's phenomenal. Like because even with the one scene that fucking even put me over the edge, dude. I was already like, I've been in love with this woman since fucking Man vs. Steel. But holy man, it just got better and better. And like when she saw the snow, the smile she gave.
Oh wait, she's in Wonder Woman 84, right? I haven't watched that
she'll be in the next one.
Cool.
And I think they're doing a number 3 right now, or rumors.
Maybe. If that's the case, she'll probably still be part of the Gunverse or whatever.
Oh, gotcha. So. But yeah, when she fucking like smiled, when she saw that snow and shit, holy cow. That was just the most genuine, like, look. She has this wonder in her eyes, and when she looks at certain things, and then like the anger, just the range, the dynamic range at
My
which,
favorite part was when she got distracted by the baby because I was like,
right?
every not to be sexist, but every woman.
They love it, dude, and that's what was funny. Like that should be appropriate too, right?
Yeah,
I
it
actually
was
made a
great.
joke like a week ago about that, and I was like, I said something in was something about swimming or something, and I was like, oh, easy, just put a baby in the room. They can't control it. They have to go see, hey, what's his name? What's her name? Let me know. Like, women love babies. We should have another, honey. They're like fucking patting their husband and shit. It's like, no, we're not doing that again.
We're not doing that again.
But they love it, dude. It's something. It's maternal. It's just natural, right? So I really
Yeah.
did. I like that joke. So if you're like an SJW, shut up. That joke is super cool and appropriate. As a man, I can tell you that.
If you are in a relationship with a woman and you are in the convenience store or any store ever, as soon as your girl sees a baby, no, stop. We're here to buy food.
No. We can think about it. Oh, that shit's funny. But yeah, no, her just everything, man. All throughout, she acted fucking one of the best acting. Did she get a Grammy for that? Was she even in the running?
I don't even know. I don't think so.
Shit, I don't know who the fuck does a better job than that. Maybe unless Will Smith was in something. A good one. Suicide Squad doesn't count.
Also, Grammys is music, isn't it?
I don't know. A Golden Globe?
I don't know. Golden Globe is for TV shows.
I don't know. Whatever the fuck you get for being the Oscar.
Oscars.
Oscar, that's what it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she should have got an Oscar or some shit. Cause holy cow. Yeah, it was. This movie's fucking awesome. Like I said, we covered most of the army bits were super fucking well done. At least the drama. I'm not gonna get into like the cinematography and like, well, this bullet in this gun actually would shoot in this fashion in the 19. I don't know about that, so that's beyond me. But then
beyond me.
her acting was also really fucking good, so we covered that pretty much. She deserves an Oscar for how fucking great this was from start to finish. Other than that, that's all I got. This movie's fucking amazing, dude. Everything from the beginning. Let me get my notes here. I only had like 10 notes. I wasn't even gonna have 10 notes. I was just so fucking
notes. This
enthralled.
movie is great, and No Man's Land scene is amazing.
Right? Dude, you know what's funny though? First note. I feel like the general's going to die. Like 2 notes down? I fucking knew it.
I have one. It's not a note, but it's my only critique of the movie. But even by the end of the movie, I was like, you know what? I was a little too mad the first time I saw it. This is actually okay. I know what they're going for. It's a little clunky, but it's fine. It's the twist.
Dude, the guy, it got me.
Well, no, it got me
he's
too.
the guy?
No, I was say it got me too, but the thing is, I was like, it wasn't even the twist itself that I'm like, it's the I killed Ares, the war should be over, and then it's not what's happening, and the dude's like, people are fucked up. It's just it's there's no giant god just doing everything. It's just we're some of us make mistakes and things happen, and they like I'm like, yes, oh my god, this is a good movie. And then I am Ares the whole time, and he was like, yeah, humans are terrible. They need to kill themselves. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, this is great. But then it's like, I only whisper into their ears, and I'm like, God damn it.
What do you mean? That was right in line with what dude said. Sexy boy.
Yeah, no, but by the if you look at the German soldiers after Ares gets killed, they're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like they look like they just came out of a daze, and then they're getting picked up by Chris Pine's men, and they're all just like, yeah, it's all good, man, it's all good, we're good.
I did see that, but I had to. I was a little questioning that because I was like, wait, they're like hugging and hanging out now. So that was a little weird, but I had to figure it's because they all watched like some interdimensional god being just fight in the heavens and get blown up by lightning.
Essentially, but it still it felt weird because it looked like they were coming out of some kind of mind control shit. And I'm like,
I see. I could see that.
It's clunky. I said it looked clunky, but I understand what they were going. It's like, oh yeah, he's not literally controlling them. He just kind of pushes them in the direction he wants them to go.
Right.
But it's just overall
the way it was shot.
Clunky. It was kind of clunky. Yeah.
Right.
But
I guess that makes sense because they
the
were
message
friends
could be like
afterwards.
flipped. Yeah. So. But yeah, the twist was great though.
Yeah, I was like, it's the dude. Are you kidding me? The peace guy? And I love that angle
because he wanted an armistice. It's just a temporary stopping of war, so that more people would, so they could, because the Germans were about to be wiped out. So if there was an armistice, the Germans can resupply, get food, and then continue the war.
That's funny. I didn't think about it from that one. I was thinking about it from an angle that, like, what do you call it? He's the guy, like, promoting for peace and everything, but if he holds that position, he's actually the one who can control everything, because if everyone else wants the war, and they look to him for peace, and he's their peace guy, then he can say whatever the fuck he wants, and it's going to carry more weight. So for the moment, he's like, oh, I think we should continue the war. See? Even he thinks so. And then all of a sudden, it just spirals down, like, you have more control as that guy than you would as, like, a big, tough general.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was funny, though, seeing him as an actor in the suit, or in the sky and fighting and shit. I'm like, dude, you look like... You ever see those commercials? Like the Allstate dad, or whatever it was?
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to stop you from being your parents. Just calm down. He looks like that guy, almost.
He's if you go back to Justice League, I'm pretty sure he's in the Ares armor, so I was like, when I watched that movie.
Wait, that was him?
It was kind of clouded. His eyes are kind of covered, but I'm pretty sure it's the same jaw, and it is him. I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it is him because it looked like him.
That'd be cool.
But
yeah, no, that shit got me. I was actually, like, super surprised. So that's another one that, like, I think was, again, it didn't... I don't know. It's one of those things, like, yeah, you could probably argue in this corner and say, oh, it's so out of left field that it becomes sensible again. Or how do you say that? It's predictable because it's so unpredictable, kind of thing. But I don't even think...
because I'm like, if you're looking for, like, a twist to happen like that, then that's on you. It's not the movie's fault. So
right, because I think for me, it's like that felt really good as a twist, given, like, even what we said. It also made sense given the character's motivations.
That's the, like, thinking like that makes it's what leads to shit like what happened with Game of Thrones this ending, where, like, we have to try to outsmart the people who are really critical and reading into everything, and we can't leave any hints behind because then people will figure out. Nah, the hints are there so that whenever you watch the movie the second time, you go, "Whoa! They hinted at it all the way back here." Yeah, some eagle-eyed viewers might catch on, but overall, no.
Right, and that makes them feel better, and they can say, "I fucking knew it." You see?
Yeah, he was in the armor.
Cool.
In the, Justice League thing. Or not the armor, because he was basically shirtless, but...
I was about to say, he looked so young and hot there. I didn't see that as being his body.
He just had shoulder pads. Well, he had a giant beard that covered his face. The armor kind of covers over his eyes.
Right.
So, yeah.
So he looked... It's funny, he looked even older than Zeus did. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Zeus looked like he was 25, just like a fucking surfing trip.
That's his son, too.
Right. I thought it was cool, by the way, too. He got the lightning powers.
Yeah.
I was like, he had lightning powers from his dad. That's fucking cool.
He stole them by killing him.
Shut up. It's still cool. And then Diana could, like, do some cool absorption thing with her gauntlets. I was like, yo, she's part thing. They even mentioned it. One of them says their sibling, brother or sister, one of the two.
She says brother.
And I was like, whoa, I forgot that. They're related.
Yeah, they're both Hercules. They're both.
They're both Hercules brothers and sisters.
Our siblings. But I mean, Zeus has a lot of children, so
right. But it was just cool for, like, the lore. I was like, yo, like, because it's funny, even though they mentioned it earlier, it's understood, but it never played a factor in the movie, so I forgot about it until she said it, and I was like, oh yeah, they're family.
Yeah, they're both fucking Zeus's kid.
I was like, that's cool. But fuck yeah, dude, that whole fight scene was fucking awesome too. And it's funny when the fight scene started, I was like, does he get the armor? Does he get the armor? Tell me he gets the armor. And then I see him start, like, putting the armor on in the fire. I said, he's getting the armor. The only thing I was waiting for that I never got was the axe.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna get the axe?
He made swords.
I was like, those swords are cool, but I wasn't even that disappointed because this fight was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Dude, there was no Amazon music.
Yeah, it played
No, that one I don't like that. That's not what I meant. I guess I guess we're on two different tracks. Yeah, the
Okay.
that's like that shit's okay. I'm not even a big fan of that.
I love that one.
It's the so yeah, that one doesn't do it for me. It's the other one that was in Justice League. It sounded like some ancient tribal Amazon music that would always start when she was
Yeah,
building her scene.
Yeah, that wasn't in the just. Yeah, no.
That shit is the one that got me. I said, "Do the Amazon music. Let's get hype," and it never came.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
that was a misunderstanding on my part.
Right? Yeah, because I mean, the other one's okay. The little guitar riff. It's. I don't dislike it,
I
but
love it. I love it. It's so fucking sick.
dude, I'm not in like with it. But I am so sad though. They killed her sister in the beginning. Speaking of, the beginning could have been its own movie. Holy shit! Just like the interaction between her mom, aunt, the people, her training, the dude showing up on the beach.
Yeah.
All of that was like fucking awesome. Like it was like its own little mini story with actually compelling characters and stories and everything in like 20 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Just crazy. Like normally intros like that get not glossed over, but they just get done and they don't really matter in a way. Somehow I was like, I wanted more of that. Like I could have just stayed there. That shit was really good. Even the fucking bedtime, dude, I don't know what she was doing. I don't know if it's her voice or the delivery. But when she's telling Diana the bedtime story with all the history, dude, I was like leaned forward like I was a little kid in bed. I was like, yes, tell me more. Like, fuck, man. Also, him playing in the tub is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, the water does some weird shit.
He's just sitting there like he was high on drugs, just playing in the water with his little toesies.
Why was it lighting up like that? That's so weird. You'd be doing the same thing too if you lived in 1918 and water and this place was like all magical and shit.
Right? That shit was funny. Then she shows up. He's just standing there butt naked. He was like, "So are you? Do you look like an average man?" I'm above average. Oh my god, that slick fuck, dude. That shit was funny. Also, dude, I fucking love that actor as well. Holy shit.
Right. Chris Pine? Yeah.
Yeah. Everything I've ever seen him in, I knew his face from the beginning. I said, it's the guy. It's the sexy boy, but he plays a funny guy. Who is that guy? And it was not until like halfway through the movie, I said, it's Star Trek, dude.
Yeah.
It says Kirk.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, he's fucking awesome, dude. And he
you
plays
watch those movies, yeah.
He plays a fucking amazing job in this one too.
He also voices Peter A. Parker in the Miles Morales.
Cool. Was she just now realizing she was super when she was climbing that tower?
I think so, yeah.
Weird.
She didn't know that she was the daughter of Zeus.
No, but I knew she found out she had crazy explosion powers in that fight with her aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what would have caused her that night randomly to just go try and be super?
Well, she thought she could just make it up there, and then she broke the thing, and then she tried to catch herself and accidentally broke the brick with her hand when she was trying to just get a grip.
Well, she did a super jump before that. She rode out there. She was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty far. I can't make that." Turns around.
I thought maybe I could make that.
But yeah, she turns around, does a super jump, and then it's like, "Oh, see, I can do super jumps now."
Yeah, but all those Amazons can do kind of like that, a super jump, but it wasn't like a super like what she can do later.
Right. I guess that's true. Yeah. So it was sort of
they're all a little more like stronger than humans.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So she was super enough that gap was unlikely, but not unreasonable.
Yeah.
I see. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, because she definitely like realized when she broke the thing, trying to get a hold.
Right. But yeah, no, that whole fucking all that shit was too good. I guess I don't have any notes on it, but her and her sister, her mom and her sister were fucking awesome. You know, cause like, and it's funny. She says, "I guess I'm not the respected queen I thought I was," and then it's like, "Really, bitch? You have the nerve?" You know what I mean? Because then she calls her out. She's like, "You're not doing what you have to do. You know, you're gonna essentially get her killed one day because you're refusing to train her." Like,
she don't want her to realize she's super yet. She don't want her to leave the nest.
She doesn't want her little baby to be gone, right? It's selfish as fuck. Yeah. But that's why it makes it so good.
Yeah.
So technically she lost respect as a queen because she's not doing what she has to, but she's still a mother. And that's still her sister. And it's just like, holy shit, this dynamic is really fucking good, really down to earth, but somehow still super. Like, man, the writing, dude, and that's just the intro. You don't have to put any of that in there. Holy cow! And then when she's leaving, this is one thing that got me. I don't know why she said it like this. She's telling her bye, and then she was like, "You're my greatest joy. Now you're my greatest sorrow." I said, "What the fuck, Mom? Why you gotta say it like that?"
Because she's sad because she's leaving.
But she didn't even say. She could have been sad on the inside. I don't know. Like, no, you make a point there. If she has been shown to be pretty selfish, I think throughout most of the early movie.
Yeah.
So it would have made sense that she would have only been worried about how sad she was that Diana's leaving. And she did give her her blessing, so it wasn't like she was totally against it or whatever. So maybe that was her last way to just be like, yeah, now you're making me super sad. You still gonna leave? So no, it checks out. I give that a pass. I like that a lot, actually. Now that I think about it in that regard, as to why she would have spoken that way. Dude, them on the boat too. He better. That's what I was thinking. I was like, but you better sleep with her. What the fuck's wrong with you?
You don't want to take advantage. He's a good, honest man.
No, I love it, dude. Cause shit, the first 2 times I respected it, but then she was insisting. I said, you better get over there.
Then she said she'd have read all 12 books,
bro.
Oh no.
Cover to cover.
Like, oh, wait a minute. You know about this stuff. Okay, never mind. I feel less bad about it. And then she's like, yeah, you wouldn't like those books.
Right? We determined that men are useless. They're necessary for procreation, unnecessary for anything else. Like, oh no. God, dude, he's funny. Holy, this whole movie's so good. Then they get to the fucking.
I love that line she has early on when they're in when they get to London, and she's like, "It's ugly." She lives in London during fucking Wonder Woman or during Justice League.
Oh yeah. But they did do one dramatic thing. I thought they showed like way too much smog and smoke in the air.
Yeah. Well, that's how fucking London was back in the day when they first started, like during the Industrial Revolution, because it was like a big thing. It's like fucking it was a bunch of shit being written about how like the Queen was shitty for not like they would hire kids to fucking clean out chimneys and shit, and they'd just be breathing that shit in.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it was accurate then, because I thought it was a little too dirty.
Yeah. Nah. England was like one of the worst cities when it came to pollution back when like the Industrial Revolution was first like booming. Yeah.
Right. I like when they meet the assistant. She's like, secretary. What is that? Well, I go where he wants me to and do what he tells me to do. Where I come from, that's slavery. She's like, I'm beginning to like her.
She said under her breath, the pay's good, but she didn't hear her say that.
That shit was funny, dude. The secretary's awesome, by the way, too.
Oh, she was hilarious.
Like, holy shit. And one thing that got me that I was thinking about randomly, like, the day after I watched the movie, is how the secretary didn't get enough credit. Because I was still just blown away by Diana's character and the acting and everything else and all how great it was. And she's just courageous. She's fucking this awesome role model, everything. And I was like, wait. Why are you not giving all that credit to the secretary? Because that bitch is far from super, and she ran to that alleyway with a sword to just help protect the dude she worked for. Not even like, it was not a stranger. They're close enough, I guess. Yeah. But that takes a lot of fucking guts. And I wonder how many people watched it and was like, yo, the secretary lady, she's badass. She's, super brave and courageous for doing that. Just a weird thought.
Yeah. She's the friend from what's it called? Shaun of the Dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, Shaun of the Dead's so good, dude.
Yeah. That's funny.
She said, how do women fight in this? Said, well, we're gonna have to go out here if we want to get
in your country.
Well, she said something about if we're gonna fight, we gotta get doing this and this and this to get a majority of the votes. I was like, bro, that's fucking funny, dude. Because, yeah, women didn't do any of that back then. Like, they would have fought in the way she talked about. It's like politically or whatever else while the men were at war.
Yeah.
That's just fucking awesome, dude. Just funny jokes, man. Like, those are the kind of good jokes that, and we talked about it before in some of the Marvel stuff, that it's the similar thing to, like, fucking when Thor goes like, oh, thank you, son of coal.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
It's in character. It's in character humor. It's not just witty...
one-liners.
One-liners, yeah.
Right. There was no one-liner there. There was even the people in the world didn't know it was funny.
Yeah.
Neither one, Diana or her, neither one laughed. But we can laugh, and that's just so good, man. Some of the best kind of like shit.
Yeah.
But dude, when he remembered in the fight with the tower, he was like, Diana, shield. I was like, dude, he remembered the thing.
Yeah, he remembered the thing, the strat.
Oh my, yeah, the strat. I love it. Oh my god, dude. Also, how long does it take her to grow up, or like, do you think there was a time skip or something? Because they said she was 5,000 years old in Justice League, and then she was just a little kid and growing up and training a moment ago, at least as far as we were shown.
Yeah, no, I don't. They didn't really like go into that, but
Right.
she's an adult by the time World War I starts.
Right, because I know that obviously she has to be, even in it's still canonic, right? Like,
Maybe she had been an adult for a while.
because Zeus and Ares had that huge war, how many eons ago, whatever they said. So she would have been born a shit ton longer before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's still canonic that she's 5,000 years old, but I guess they just didn't show it, or like the aging was kind of weird how they progressed it through the story in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big one. What is a big one is she's immune to this gas. She's a god, so it makes sense, I guess. But
yeah,
she just ran in there, like when the gas blew up in the town, without a word of caution. Just woohoo, I'm going in.
Yeah, she's immune.
I was like, but you didn't think to like try and check Diana? Like, I guess she wouldn't. She's super fucking courageous, I guess. So yeah, it's in character. But fuck, man, I would have at least stopped. At least thought twice. But what do you call it? Nah, dude, the motorcycle thing, and did you see the little motorcycle jump he did in the woods? The little montage when he was going back.
Yeah.
Even that shit was good. Oh man, because like that's little thing, like you said, is unnecessary, but it was cool and kept the action going. Like I think if you don't have to have him traveling over there with them. But it was just a cool scene. I don't know. Fuck, man. Everything's cool.
Trying to think of more. So yeah, we covered her origins, them talking on the boat, England. Well, they went to that room where the generals were.
Right.
Discussing the war. We'd mentioned that when we were talking about the war in general.
Right. The stereotype kind of dude.
Yeah. And then when we meet his buddies at the bar.
That shit's funny. At least he's good with his hands. No. That's him.
Not Charlie. That's Charlie.
That shit was funny. I like the little language off they had.
Yeah.
That shit was good. Oh, do you know ancient Greek? He just gets quiet. Are you guys done yet? He's funny, dude. He said, I wish I could take a picture of you. Dude was just laying it on thick. I love it.
Hey, he's a little man. He does what he can.
It's true. He's got to have big words being a little man. He has to impress the women somehow, and overconfidence will do it.
Exactly.
Nah, I love it. His character's funny, too. He said, I want to be an actor. That was one thing, too, that got me. Random shit. He was like, everyone fights their own wars. I want to be an actor, but look at my color. It's not going to happen. So we just do the best we can with what we got. And I was like, fuck, man. Don't do that. God, that shit's so good. I like the little talk they're having too with in the when she's talking to like the general dude when she's dressed up at like the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was pretty good. Because it's like the way that he spoke too. I said that's got to be the Ares, right? That's got to be the guy. You know, like because he said you know nothing about the gods or something. I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
that line was it was well delivered.
I love when Chris Pine and the shorter guy are trying to get in. They're undercover. And he has the most thick German accent, like the most stereotype, almost borderline fucking damn, I was say authentic. That's the word. Offensive. Right. The most offensive German accent.
Dude, I love it. Cause that's why I noticed in that scene he didn't talk that much.
Yeah.
He went out of his way to say as little as possible. I said, this motherfucker's slick. He says too many words, he'll get caught.
The fucking small dude is like, please, I lost.
Dude, that shit's good. I like when he was trying to hype up the what's her name, the scientist lady.
Yeah.
That shit
he
was
flirting with her?
slick. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, and then she got pissed. He saw her looking at Diana. She said,
And he wasn't looking at her because of that. He was looking at her because like, God damn it, she's gonna fuck this up.
"No, she didn't know that shit was funny." She said, "It's clear your attention is elsewhere." I said, "Damn, you had her." Oh no. That shit was funny. We don't even know what happened to her either.
She ran away.
Yeah, she never crushed her with the tank, so she could bring up in like a later movie where she makes the gas again, and Diana has to say, "Motherfucker, I let you live."
Well, the other movie takes place in the 80s, so I doubt she'll be anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's been a time skip.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fun superheroes. She was cryogenically frozen.
Oh, okay. She was cryogenically frozen. She is the Winter Soldier.
Right. She was working with the dudes from Hydra somehow in a cross universe. Oh man, but yeah, a lot of the dialogue was really fucking awesome. Her and what's his name? I guess one thing did kind of get me a little. Not that got me in the moment. I guess it made sense or didn't make sense, but then in hindsight, it was because when they were fighting, when she bitched and was like, "You should have let me kill that dude. You're the problem."
Yeah.
And she fucking hated him. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? That's the most contrived shit. And then I thought about it. No, it's not. It is well within Diana's character to act exactly like that because she believes in her tiny worldview that if she would have stabbed that dude in front of everyone, they would have cheered and been like, "Yeah, we're not mind controlled anymore. You saved us."
Yeah.
She really thought that.
Yeah, she did.
Fuck, man. So yeah, her anger made so much sense later on, and I was like, "Fuck, dude." Just even better. Just the acting and shit got better and better. And I like what he said. He clearly believes, for the most part, in all this shit, because he's seen that she's super. He's been to their island. Like, he knows it's real. But then he's telling her, he was like, you know, what if there is no Ares? What if this isn't the guy? You know, what you need to think about this. And she did not like that shit at all. But I really appreciated it by the end of the movie. I was like, fuck, man. He was right. He wasn't the guy.
She killed the dude.
Yep, and it didn't fix it. She got everything she wanted.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
By the end, she did kill Ares.
Well, that's true, yeah. By the end, she got it for real. But up until that point, yeah, I was like, man. And he was already gone. I couldn't handle that, dude. He's like flying up, going fucking to the sky and shit. And I'm like, Steve, I can't handle this. Just don't show it. Just show the explosion or something. And then it goes back to his face. Then it shows Diana screaming and shit. I'm like, dude, please. Fuck, man.
I love that shit when you got on that fucking plane.
Oh my god.
Man said, "Oh, well, I can't have it blow up here, and we can't let them take off with it."
Right?
Ooh.
Nah, that
take
shit
it all
was
the way up to the sky and blow it up with me.
that shit was too good. I thought maybe he could like get a
Yo, I really liked they showed how fucking strong Chief was and how he don't hold that much resentment towards an individual. It was whenever Diana asked him what happened to his people, or whatever the hell he said, they were killed by his people, and he pointed at nodded at Chris Pine.
Nah, that shit, yeah. And they don't do anything after them. They let that sit.
Yeah.
I don't think she responded or anything. And that's important. Like, fuck, man. It's so funny too. If you look throughout the movie, everyone loved Chief.
Yeah.
They show up to the front lines. Chief, hey, Chief is back. Hey. And
He's
then later
supplies.
on,
He's making money, like bringing people supplies and shit.
well, it's just cool because then like later on too, something happens. They're like, Chief, and it was like the first one they were calling for, and I was like, fuck, man. And I found myself rooting for him too. I was like, how is he my favorite character out of nowhere? Like,
I love Charlie when he starts fucking singing.
bro, just drunk as hell singing. And that's another one too, man. That, fuck, dude, just part of like back to the war and the drama bits. It was just like watching that side of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing the war side and then watching him do that. And then she's like, what do people do when there's no war? And that was more of a sentimental scene between those two and sort of their
Yeah.
flirtation. But he did talk about stuff like that, you know, kind of the similar things that, and then we're shown that with Charlie's character. And I'm like, fuck, dude. That's how he wanted to be. It's how he would be. And then they put it into words with fucking Red Hat dude's character. Hispanic dude. I think he was Hispanic.
No, he was like Egyptian.
Egyptian?
He was Egyptian or some kind of Arabian. That sounds kind of racist.
Gotcha. I'm racist. They're all brown, I guess.
They're all brown. I mean, his name was Samir. So
was it? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, they called him Sammy, but his name was Samir. So
okay. So I seen him speaking Spanish at one point and thought that was his native one, and I thought he was acting when he did the one like Middle Eastern shit when he was in the drive-through.
You also had that Middle Eastern hat. He had a Aladdin, or was it Aladdin? Yeah,
something like that, little tiny square hat.
Yeah.
See, I guess now that I look at that, I don't know what I thought that was the whole movie. I don't know. Maybe I thought it was like a Jewish hat, something. I don't know what the fuck was going through my brain where I never identified that with a certain type of people.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. I'm uncultured. At least, you know, I'm not the best at cultured.
It's okay. I'm racist for knowing that hat is.
Yeah, you're not allowed to know things anymore. That's the new age, isn't it?
Yeah.
Technically, I'm not racist because I'm ignorant. But if I know anything about a culture and speak on that, that makes me racist.
I assumed he was what's it called, Arabic, because he had that hat on.
Right.
And his name was Samir.
Yep, that's racist as fuck. Now you used your context clues and things you know about culture. Disgusting. Yeah. I bet every time you see a guy named Juan who likes to play soccer and is sitting here eating something with cilantro on it as a garnish, what do you think, George? Huh?
He's Puerto Rican.
Don't tell the other guys that; they'll get pissed.
Yeah, he's just an Arab, just general Arab. They don't really explain which country he's from.
Got you. But yeah, then he put it into words. So they're talking about it in a different sense, Diana and Sexy Boy, and then Charlie's showing it not really off screen, but in a way, and then he verbalizes it to the cast and I guess to us as well.
Yeah.
So it's just this perfect three-piece of like different ways to express something, while none of them are very much in your face, I guess. Like contextually, they all feel really good.
Yeah.
Because those are the things that like I could easily, I guess, forget about or gloss over. Because it's hard when something is really fucking good to like think about why it's good because it just feels so right.
Right.
But little stuff like that I think really matters on how you express the themes and messages through characters and through their interactions with the world and other people. So having this wide variety of, you know, different people tackling their own problems in different ways, and then not just putting it on the nose, because Charlie's not the type. Even when he wakes up, get your fucking hands off me, woman. Everything's fine. There's nothing wrong.
Right.
You're not going to see him turn around and talk the way that Samir would talk. It's not going to happen. And I think, but you sometimes need that verbalization, whether it's for the fans or for just, you know, mostly I'd say it's for the fans, so they can understand more concretely. Oh, here's what they're talking about, some of the themes and stuff. But you don't want it to be on the nose or annoying. So it's like you have him for other people who can respect more the subtlety. Just give a little bit to everybody kind of thing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. If you look at a lot of different movies, I think when they have a cast of people, 4 to 5, they'll have like the main person verbally exclaim something like that's part of the theme of the movie or something. And the other characters won't really show it like subtly or with their interactions. It's like, well, then why are they there? You know, or they'll say it so blatantly. It's like they'll be a walking, like, you know, not a stereotype, what's the word? An overblown proportion of what they're trying to tell you. So it begins to feel preachy or annoying. Because subtlety is very important.
Oh, damn it, you leave me alone. Sometimes it was too subtle. A lot of people just don't get it. And then you hear people like me go, "It's subtle, guys." You're like, I don't think that's actually there.
Right. Well, that's why I say I liked how this movie did it, right? They had the subtlety in Charlie and other characters. Then they had Samir speak it for anyone who's dumb like me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, but Samir didn't become annoying or whatever because the way that he was talking in the context of the movie made sense. He was having a conversation with Diana about something as she was seeing these issues or whatever. I don't know, was he talking to? He was talking to one of them. Steve or her, one of the two. Anyway, the conversation made sense.
Yeah.
Because the person involved needed that advice at that time. So even then, you're technically telling the audience, hey, here's kind of the theme, one of the themes we're going for. You're blatantly telling us that as an audience, but you're doing it in such a way that the characters also needed that advice, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas sometimes they don't set that up. They don't have the character be vulnerable or whatever, or set this conversation up in a meaningful way. So it becomes as like forced or preachy. But other than that, let's see, what else we got?
Shit.
Because this movie's fucking too good, man. It's hard to...
It goes quick. Man.
Right. That's why I didn't even have that much notes.
We had them talking about, they were dancing. Or he was teaching her how to dance.
Right. She said, that's not dancing, that's swaying. That shit was funny.
They go upstairs and do it, and then...
They did what? They just went to bed.
No, they didn't. It's
What's
PG-13
wrong with you?
movie. They can't...
They went to sleep, George.
Okay, fair enough. So they went upstairs, and Wonder Woman went to bed with that guy.
In a separate room, in a separate bed. There was two beds.
They slept together. They slept together at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah, so there was one bed, but it was purely like there was a blanket in between them.
No. They slept together on the boat, and they slept together in this hotel room. It's okay.
Fully dressed with a blanket in between each other. 2 blankets.
You can do it fully dressed.
But yeah, then the war kicks off. They go to the palace.
The gala.
They escape, and then
the gala. She runs off, chasing after Dude Brooks. He's gonna go set off the chemical gas, and then she kills him. Oh yeah, the drug. We didn't talk about the drug he takes or whatever.
Yeah, it was weird.
The girl says it'll restore your strength, but I'm like, that's not restoring. That's amplifying with the foreknowledge that
turned him into a goddamn near.
It is with the foreknowledge that he's not Ares. That's not restoring his strength. That's amplifying it.
Right.
Unless that man was just a beast when he was younger, like an anomaly.
See, I had the impression that it was supposed to restore strength, but it was super effective. But also, I guess the restore part, if you look at it that way, which totally went over my head, that it's Ares.
Said it restores your health. Yeah.
She did say that, and I guess it was. Strength. I had no preconceived notations of who Ares was at that point.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to make that connection that it was restoring that. I just thought she made a mistake in her calculations, and instead of restoring his health, it made him super.
Okay. I got you.
But I could definitely see what you're saying, though. That would have been a little on the nose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was like, when I was watching it, and I was like, damn, that's fuck. I said, that's Ares? Really? I was like, that dude? All right. She said restores your strength, and he fucking crushed a pistol in his bare hands. All right.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And they did say, they actually preluded to this when it was like, no, they'll find each other soon enough. Or sooner than later, or some shit like that. Her mom was talking about it. So, and then you see that guy, and he's getting...
he talks about the gods during the gala.
Right. I like that. That line was so cool. I said, wait, that's him. That was the moment when I said, it's him. That's Ares. That's the guy.
That's funny, because... They're reinforcing something that was not the case. They're like, we tricked you.
They got me too. I felt bamboozled.
And yeah, I noticed on this rewatch though that what's his face was looking at Gal Gadot or Wonder Woman as soon as she walked in the room. I'm like, there it is. There, very subtle, tiny hints. I don't like you. I don't like you.
Love it,
dick.
One thing that did get me at the very end of the movie. Only love can save the world.
It can.
I said gay.
Can't say that.
That shit made me laugh.
Dude, it's Pride Month. You can't.
I can use whatever word I want.
Can't be homophobic during Pride Month.
It's not homophobic. That shit's fun. Joe Rogan had a special on that, didn't he? He was like, I think he was saying, he's like, I'm going to use this word. He said, it's gay. He's like, I got gay friends. They're gay. If I say gay, if I say something is gay, and gay people do it, it's still gay. That shit was funny. But I guess you're right. Semantically, on what I was saying, it's not necessarily that all gay people would love saving the world with love. I can't make that assumption. You could be gay and hate the world and hate love.
Exactly.
But
Snoop.
I think that's
That's the
most
whole
of it.
movie. That's literally the whole movie.
Yeah, just dude, we didn't do it justice. Go watch it. Holy shit.
That was a good movie. I like the lasso of truth moment. Whenever he's fucking got like they made the lasso
Yeah.
funny. That shit was like, cause that shit's cheesy and corny as fuck, but that shit was funny.
Nah, I like that shit. I forgot
He put
forgot
that
about
shit
that.
around her. He's like, "I will take you to the front." And he was like, This is a terrible idea. We're probably gonna die."
Then he puts it down. Oops. Here, you can have that back.
Bro, when we get to the Flash, it has the best use of the lasso of truth. I thought it was the funniest thing.
Dude, I liked when it was in the beginning when they were using it, when they had him kidnapped.
Oh yeah, and they're using it on him during a trial.
Yeah, because it was showing someone resisting, and it
Yeah.
showed his willpower as like a spy, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was really cool because they were like, "Don't do it. If you resist, it's just gonna hurt." And you watch him like visibly be in pain, but
Yeah.
not give the answer. And I was like, "Fuck, man, this guy's cool." Like it just really helped hype his shit up.
Yeah.
So I
Also,
do
when he
like-
was in the middle of the town shooting people, I was like, "Bro, you're just relying on Diana to block all the shots. You're kind of a dick. Go take cover."
shit, that was their superhero moment.
He should have went and taken cover. It was less work on her.
Bro, we don't know that though. I think he doesn't know that. He just thinks she's invincible. He watched her run across no man's land at that point, and
He
everyone
did.
else followed her, and no one got hit.
That is true.
At that
That's
point, I
almost
think
so-
I'm invincible.
She did fucking just run through no man's land. That was my favorite moment in that fucking movie. Oh my god.
Dude, I thought it would be stupid and cheesy at first. I was like, what? There's no way. And then, like, after a minute, she gets pinned down. Because you see,
Yeah.
like, she reflects a couple, then some get on her shins and almost bust out her fucking thigh. And I was like, uh-oh. She can't make this. And then it just gets, like, more and more till she's hunkered down behind the shield. And I'm like, oh, shit, she really can't make that. And then they back her up. And I was like, that's fucking cool. Like, I don't know. It was super cool when she does deflect all this stuff and has that super thing. But
Yeah.
it was really awesome to put it a little bit in perspective or context that she's not Superman. Bullets don't bounce off her skin. She can get shot and get fucked up.
I'm not so sure.
You don't think so?
Um,
I guess we've never seen her get shot.
Yeah, I don't know how durable she is.
Right.
Uh,
I imagine
think
she's
the
pretty
comics-
durable, but not like get shot and live durable.
I guess she's not bulletproof, right? She has to deflect them all the time.
I think so. That's why would she? Superman never reflects them.
Right. Right.
He dodges
deflects them
sometimes.
with the skin. He dodges chairs.
That shit's
I will never
funny.
let that fucking comic book go.
Oh shit!
Why don't just let the chair hit you and break upon hitting your chest?
No, get out of the way! You don't want to get a splinter, George.
Oh my god.
The chair was filled with the chair was made of lead underneath the wood, so he didn't know.
Is she? Is that the rest of the fucking movie?
No, I made
was
that shit up.
It
was a wooden chair.
I can't think. No, I was thinking to myself. I was like, is she? I was like, is there any more to this movie? I know it's. I say like it's bad, but it's a good movie. But like,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I imagine we left some of the dialogue out. We've missed a little bits here and there.
Bruce sent her the picture.
That shit was good. Yeah. He said, "I found the original." I was like, "Ooh, you would, you slick motherfucker."
Yeah.
Batman's so cool.
She's trying to get it in.
Shut
I heard
up.
She likes younger men.
No. He better back off. That's the Flash, bro. I'm shipping that.
Oh no, I'm all in Batman Wonder Woman.
Now, I'm not shipping that for all time, but like drunk at a party one night, that's when the Flash moves in, and then she gets married to Batman eventually.
I'm reading this thread about is Wonder Woman bulletproof. One of the comments says, "I would guess using the bracelets is a good way to prevent bullets from getting stuck in the bra."
The fuck?
Out.
That's funny. I mean, well, not Loki. Ares
Post
wasn't.
Rebirth, she got shot, so she's not bulletproof.
Ares wasn't bulletproof either.
Yeah, she's fairly inconsistent throughout history. Well, Ares got weakened. So,
Oh, that's true. And we don't know what kind of god. Gods aren't created equal, right?
yeah.
So sometimes they're more or less powerful.
Yeah.
She's also half god too, so that makes sense. Like Hercules can get shot. She's half Amazonian, which is still better, but still not
Yeah,
quite godlike.
it's inconsistent. It depends on the writers and what they need at the time. But
Mm.
yeah, she's bulletproof sometimes. Sometimes she's not.
Okay, I'm gonna go with not because it makes it cooler. This scene.
Right. Right.
So as a fan, I'm gonna put words in the writer's mouth. So,
All right.
but that scene was fucking cool. But yeah, other than that though, that's just the movie in a nutshell. It's fucking awesome. I mean, words
Really
can't
good.
do it. That's the reason I don't have any notes. I don't have any notes because I was just watching the movie. Like,
The lady that directed this movie, well, and the second Wonder Woman, was supposed to direct Dark World.
Thor?
She dropped off because, yeah, the
Oh.
Thor Dark World. She dropped off because she wanted to do she wanted to play more into the drama of Odin being a dick and not letting Thor be with Jane. She wanted to do like a Romeo and Juliet kind of like tragedy movie.
Oh. That'd
And
be
some
tough.
of that was still left in the movie. That's why, like, what's his name? Thor's a dick, or not Thor? Odin's a dick about Jane. Like, she doesn't belong here. Take her back to Earth.
Right.
Yeah, all that shit is still left in there from her originally being helping with the script initially.
I can see that in retrospect because I did think those little bits were weird.
Yeah,
Now, I mean, some of it made sense. I was like, well, Odin's just worried because Thor can't rule Asgard if he's too worried about Earth.
right.
But then I was like, doesn't Odin rule over all of them and takes care of
Yeah.
Earth as well?
Yeah. The Midgard is under Asgard's protection.
Right. So I was like, so it actually makes sense for Thor to be at
But-
least.
It's that he's distracted, but we're getting distracted. So
Right.
that's pretty much it for Wonder Woman. You got anything else?
No, this movie's fucking awesome. Go watch it. Ratings.
We need to do more movies we hate because we do these too quickly when we like them. I don't know. We
true.
did. It took us forever to do fucking Watchmen, and we love Watchmen. So
Right.
there's a lot more in that movie, I guess.
I mean, shit, Justice League was really good, and that was a couple hours.
Yeah,
I think the fans will be happy about this. They don't have to listen
there
to
was
this.
a 4-hour movie, and this one's more of a. This is only like 2 hours,
Right.
whereas Justice League was 4 hours, so there was more to talk about.
Right, and I guess yeah,
Okay.
because I tried to dive into some, but we didn't. There's less analysis in this one. It's just us sucking the movie's dick. But I think it's hard though.
You mean
'cause
the movie's clit? The movie. This
Ah.
movie's about a woman.
this woman? Yeah, sorry. I can't believe I used my male pronouns for
Right? You mansplaining asshole.
right. It's not like that just comes naturally to me, given how I was born or anything. But yeah, no, this movie's awesome, and it's just hard to analyze it. I think we did definitely dive into how it approached the war versus other movies and why it was better. We
Yeah.
talked about the character relationships. I mean, I think I pretty much just went on and on about how great she acted, but that's not
Right.
something about the movie
I
or
love her. She
storytelling.
was supposed to play Cleopatra, and I was super excited for that, but they scrapped that movie. I think
Boo.
she wasn't
Um,
brown enough.
That's funny. Put her some tan. I don't know. Give her like spray tan.
It's fine. I'm not gonna get into it, but Egyptians are literally her skin tone, but whatever.
That's funny.
She's Israeli. she's literally Middle Eastern.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was in
But-
the Israeli army.
Really? That's cool.
before
No
she-
wonder she's so badass, or like it comes so naturally.
Right, and she's still beautiful as all hell.
Woo, baby! Don't even get me started. I'll fall in love. Oh my god.
100%.
But maybe it's I don't know. It's the dark hair and the dark eyes.
This
Oh,
one's gotta be. This one's gonna be a fucking like. 9 from me.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I wanted to give it a 10, but I think because I was like, did this do anything wrong at all? I was like, was there a singular thing in this movie that I could say they did that poorly? And I found some nitpicks, barely.
They made Ares what's it called a scrawny ass fucking Brit.
Yeah, that was one thing, but that's not necessarily poorly.
No, I'm just making a joke.
Oh, because I did think about that, right? Because I was like, I don't think Ares looked that cool as like an old man. But I was like, is that poorly or is that bias? Right? Because it's easy enough
Also,
to see.
we did get to see him like when he first lost his powers and he was like jacked. It was just a small, fast clip.
Right. When he was like got his hole in his chest, like laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's hard to say that, right? Because it's easy enough to be like, oh well, I don't like this from the movie. Doesn't mean it was bad. You could
Right.
even look at Star Wars Episode 5 and be like, yep, I didn't like this. I don't care if you liked it, right? It's the movie's still fucking good, right? So I think the overall, I have nitpicks, but those do count, even though they're nitpicks. Very, very, very tiny ones. I might give it a 9.7. I change my mind. Because to me, I only give something below a 10. All movies start at a 10, and they go down as they fuck things up. It's just hard. I mean, I can't find anything in this movie fucked up. You know? And I guess theoretically you could say, well, what could it have done better? Maybe that you can go dig through and find little things here and there, right? But I'm sticking with it. 9.7. That's final answer, Regis.
Regis.
This movie's fucking awesome. So
Deal or no deal?
No, not deal. That's Howie. Deal, no deal, Howie.
Is he? Oh, I don't remember.
Regis is fucking millionaire.
Oh, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Or
Yeah.
the Are You Smart? Wait, no.
Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That's Regis. I fucking love that show. I used to watch it as a kid. You know, I won one year
Oh,
as a
neat.
little kid. Air quotes, won. As a little kid, I
Yeah.
was like fucking 10, 12, something like that, and I was watching. I guessed on a couple of them, but I did
Yeah.
answer all of them as it went through, and I would have got the million. I was like, dude, cool.
Bro, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes. The original Justice League got a 39%.
What about the second?
The Zack Snyder one, the one that we watched, got a 71%.
Makes
Got a
sense.
71%.
Someone actually told me, they're like, yeah, I was a guy at work I work with, he was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, that movie went from dog shit to like an 8. And I was like, huh, okay.
There you go.
So, what's this one? Gotta be high.
Oh, this one's high as fuck. I think this is the most highly rated one. It's 93.
Woo, oh baby.
Yeah, it's the most rated Snyderverse.
I'm not surprised.
I lied. The Peacemaker show is rated slightly above it.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's a spin-off of the second Suicide Squad, and James Gunn was in charge of it.
Gotcha. Did you see that they're doing a new show with Nick Fury, Secret Wars, before it starts? I guess?
Yeah, I watched the first episode this morning.
Pretty good stuff.
I like it. I don't know how much everyone else. It's not very MCU like. It's
Right.
very the stuff I like, the spies and the secrecy stuff.
Right.
Very fucking Jason Bourne.
It seemed to me like a buddy cop drama movie or some shit like that. Maybe not buddy cop, but like team cop, secret agent, undercover, crazy shit.
Yeah, because they're doing Secret Invasion.
Right. So where is that going
Kinda.
to ultimately go?
Where's it going? I have no idea what they're doing with the scrolls right now.
Because I know that ultimately, right? That wasn't it like I can't remember. It's been fucking ages. But didn't Secret Wars and Secret, I guess Secret Invasion, whatever they're calling it now, didn't all that turn out to be?
Well, Secret Wars and Secret Invasion are two completely different comic storylines.
Is it? I thought they were all building to the same shit. Because isn't that where they were all going for the main
The movies
MCU?
are going to the Secret Wars, but the Secret Wars is an interdimensional fight amongst superheroes from different universes.
Right. Then I can't remember. I don't know which storyline I was fucking.
You're thinking of Secret Invasion with the Skrulls come in, they invade, they take over superheroes. Not they take over superheroes' bodies, but they assume their identities. And Skrulls in the comic book universe, whenever they take over a person's identity, they actually get their powers as well.
I see.
And so, like, they're doing superhero versus superhero, and some of them are Skrulls, and some of them are just actual heroes. So,
Got you. Yeah,
they have to
whatever.
fight
I
off
don't
the
remember
Skrulls.
the build up, but whatever story I'm thinking of, it culminated with Iron Man and a few others busting in to Fury's like super secret moon base hideout, and they found out that his infinite life formula had ran out, and that he had a bunch of fucking clone robots all across the world that have been being him for the last 200 years. And
Yeah.
then he dies and turns into like somebody else has turned like the Eternal Watcher, I think, because the Watcher was dead.
Yeah.
It was a long, crazy ass fucked up story. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I think the MCU is they're just leading to Secret Wars and stuff like that. So
oh, so it's more like it's less crazy shit.
they're doing well. I mean, they're still doing like a giant universe. It looks like what they're gonna do is they're gonna do the Voxverse with the X-Men and stuff, and then they're gonna keep that around. And then after Secret Wars, they're gonna collide their universe with the current MCU, and then any other characters they want to recast, they're gonna write those characters as new superheroes with new actors, and then just have them survive, the other ones die, and stuff like that after Secret Wars. So it looks like they're doing some kind of resetting of the universe whenever they get to Secret Wars.
Got you. Because I've seen they introduced Eternity in Thor 4,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, man. If Eternity's
Right.
showing up, that means they're gonna start doing the crazy bullshit, like
Yeah.
the fucking huge, you know what I mean, like
They're
world
not giving us
galaxy.
stuff like the like I don't know the oomph I really want to see for those characters, but by after their whole introduction, usually they're just treated like random um characters they run into every now and then. So, eh.
Right, and
But
that's why
they
you
started.
never know what they can do, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't do, well, they could, but they've already done Thanos, so you're not gonna get like Thanos fucking imprisoning Galactus, Eternity, and all the other motherfuckers, and like going actually ape shit and taking over everything.
Right.
And then, so that's probably not gonna happen. But then it's like, well, what? I can't remember their stories Eternity was in. Um, but when they
But
introduce these big names, I'm like, what the fuck? And then when I seen Secret Wars, I was like, wait, doesn't that end up with all that crazy bullshit with Fury and like the Watcher and all this other wild shit?
I think that was Secret. I didn't read the 2015 Secret Wars. I only read the old 1980s Secret Wars. So
Right.
could be.
Not important though. Well, and this isn't even wrong video anyway.
Right.
Wrong universe. But all right,
This is our
dudes.
MCU podcast.
Glad you guys are fucking hanging out. Do do the stuff, do the things.
Okay, good movie. We already gave our rating. Do the things.
Right. If you like it anyway. If you don't, if you know you said this one doesn't count,
Do the things and then hate comment.
you know, well, don't do the things. If you
Okay,
don't
hit the
like it.
dislike button. It still works.
The dislike button
you guys
does work.
You just can't see the amount. We get to see the amount, so we'll be sad when we see 800 dislikes.
Could you imagine if just this video, all the other ones are positive, this one gets like a shit ton of negative views because of that? Oh. We're supposed to leave a cool cliffhanger. Say, stay tuned for the next episode. And they say,
Stay
what?
tuned for Brown Aquaman.
Brown Aquaman.
Yeah, Brown Aquaman. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
signing off. We're
the
gonna go
second
watch
time.
Aquaman. Where we're gonna see Chad Moa.
Chad Moa. He's growing on me, I gotta say. We'll see how the movie does.
You will not like it.
We shall see.